Okay, hey, what's going on, people? I hope everybody is in good health and family is in good health and blessed. First, I'd like to just say really quick, these numbers are just showing um, if Trump and DeSantis was running, who would be the one that people would vote for? Trump. If Trump wasn't running and DeSantis was running, then the numbers would be flipped and it would be DeSantis. That's pretty much what you're seeing here. I'm doing this video because there's people that keep making these videos and putting an imaginary DeSantis on a presidential ticket, or presidential debate or whatever, and it's weird. DeSantis made it very clear that he's not running for president. But what I'm going to do really quick is show you a couple of clips from his CPAC debate, and I'm going to show you where his energy is, and you could try and see from there how you feel about it. And this is pretty much directed to those people who keep making these videos talking about DeSantis and president and all this weird fantasy stuff. All right. So I'm going to just jump right into that, and then we'll see what you guys think after that.
Governor.
Okay, Congressman DeSantis, same question to you. Considering the Supreme Court nominee that will be up here, your question, would it be someone to overturn Roe v. Wade?
So I'm proud to have the endorsement of President Donald Trump in this race. And I think that Donald Trump has done a better job appointing judges to both the U.S. Supreme Court and the Appeals Court than any other president in my lifetime, including one of my heroes, Ronald Reagan. So God bless Donald Trump for doing that. And I think the opportunity to replace Justice Kennedy is really a historic opportunity. It should be a constitutionalist in the mold of Justice Antonin Scalia or Clarence Thomas, who understands the proper role of the court is to apply the law and Constitution as it's actually written, not to legislate from the bench, not to impose a judge's philosophy on the rest of the country. And I say there's an analog here in Florida. The next governor, in all likelihood, is going to have 3 appointments to our state Supreme Court, which is a historically liberal court. They're activists. They legislate from the bench. I can tell you this. I am best positioned to identify those candidates for nomination to the state Supreme Court who are going to apply the law faithfully and will not be judicial activists. If we get it right, we can end judicial activism in Florida for a generation.
Okay, if you see right there, for you guys out there putting DeSantis on presidential tickets and debates, he said it himself without saying anything else, but very directly, that he's best positioned to do what needs to be done in Florida. Okay, just listen to what he says, and that'll make it very clear where his energy lies. Let me do a light cut, and then I'll get back to some of his other points.
Congressman DeSantis, today President Trump announced that he will meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin for a summit on July 16th in Helsinki, Finland. He sent a tweet this morning saying, quote, "Russia continues to say they had nothing to do with meddling in our election. But Vice President Pence, Secretary Pompeo, President Trump's own intelligence agencies have stated that interference did in fact take place." So who is right?
So here's the thing. There's a difference between what Russia may have done. I think they're always up to no good, and I think that they tried to do cyber stuff in our election. But that's much different than saying that there was collusion between Trump's campaign and Russia. There was no collusion, and I've been on the front lines not only demonstrating that in the Congress, but uncovering the anti-Trump bias that really permeated the FBI during critical junctures of this thing. You got the guy that opened up the collusion investigation, Peter Strzok. He opens up the investigation. A week later, he said, no, Trump won't be president. We'll stop him. And then a week later, he texted his lover and said, we need an insurance policy in case this guy wins. So I've been one of the few who were out there from the very beginning. When Comey was fired, I was right there saying that was the right thing to do. When Mueller was appointed, I said there was no basis. In fact, I was on your show hours after Mueller was appointed. I didn't have my finger in the wind. I wasn't waiting for what the polls or the media said. I knew it was wrong, and I stood for what I believed was right.
Okay, so you can see his energy. You can clearly see that, he knows where his power is, and he's fighting to make sure he keeps it, and that Florida is he's making sure Florida's good. That's what he's doing. He's making sure they're good.
Well, Commissioner, considering all of that, tonight, are you prepared to endorse President Trump in 2020?
Most assuredly, and I look forward to campaigning with him as governor of Florida.
Well, that would be the first time you ever campaigned with him because when Donald Trump was trying to win Florida in 2016, Adam Putnam did not attend a single rally with him. You couldn't find Adam Putnam if you had a search warrant.
DeSantis is on fire. Trust me. He's fighting for his position. He's making it very clear.
All right, so Congressman DeSantis, as you pointed out, you have the support and endorsement of President Trump. But according to two recent polls, your opponent has the support of nearly twice as many Florida Republicans as you do. You have made a lot of appearances on our network. That is true. Leading Commissioner Putnam to say that you're running this race from a DC TV studio. You also have more than 42% of your campaign contributions coming from out of state, from people who cannot vote for you. So how do you respond to what he's charging here?
Well, look, I mean, I think he said that I'm not, haven't spent enough time in Florida. The fact is, I was born and raised in Florida, grew up in Pinellas County. My Little League team went to the Little League World Series representing Florida on that world stage. I went to Dunedin High School, worked $6 an hour to try to make something for myself. I didn't have anything handed to me. But the truth is, there are definitely times when I wish I could have spent more time in Florida. For example, the Christmas of 2006, I wasn't home with my family. I was in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba at the terrorist detention facility, not as a detainee, as an officer. And then the next Christmas in 2007, I was in Fallujah, Iraq, working for the commanding officer of SEAL Team 1. Would have loved to have been in Florida with my family. But sometimes duty calls, and sometimes you got to step up and do what's right. And some of the things that I've been doing lately to support our president's agenda, just this morning, I was in Washington doing my job, grilling Rod Rosenstein about why there was anti-Trump bias in the FBI and DOJ, why they're not coming clean with us, and why they were monitoring the Trump campaign. So that's what I'm paid to do. So I'm going to do my job and continue to run the race. But at the end of the day, both of the things are very, very important. I'm going to keep doing both.
But what about the point that 42% of your contributions come from out of state?
Well, with Florida, you got to understand, there's a lot of people who spend half the year in Florida, so they have an interest in doing that. A lot of these people that they talk about are big supporters of President Donald Trump. Donald Trump himself spends a lot of time in Florida. He's not necessarily a Florida resident. And I think what's going to happen because of the tax cuts we passed, getting rid of the subsidy for high-tax states, I think you're going to see people reevaluate and say, why do I have this business in Illinois or Connecticut? I can bring it down to Florida. And I think you're going to see us have a great opportunity to do better in finance, technology, and manufacturing if we have the right policies and if we build off the great success of Governor Rick Scott.
So, like I said, once again, you can see his energy, and I don't see him doing anything as far as presidency. Maybe after his next term, by then we have the House, and President Trump is reelected. Maybe we can see some other opportunities for where DeSantis can go on his third attempt to, somewhere in the White House or the political arena. But President Trump did say that he would definitely like him as a running mate, but we see where DeSantis' energy is very clearly right here. Okay, people, wrap this up. You can see here, CPAC says they would want DeSantis as president if Trump doesn't run. So anyway, like, comment, share, subscribe. Give me your thoughts down below. And peace and blessings. I hope you guys are, doing well out there. Just stay safe, people. These are crazy times. Stay safe, people.